All right, guys. Good morning. I had some people tell me that I wasn't sitting close enough to the microphone last time because the video was very quiet. So, all right, guys. A little more organic today, if you guys are all right with that. Just got back from a Bible study, had a great time. It's pouring rain outside and just a kind of a cozy morning. But let's get into crypto. Let's talk about this and what I sense coming and what I'm doing to position myself. So, Bitcoin has come down and it has almost touched the long liquidity zone I've had on the charts for, we're going about 2 weeks now. I showed you guys that the long liquidity on Bitcoin most likely was going to go to $92,500. It's very hard not to when you look at the yearly time frame and you look at where they're basically like high volume nodes for liquidity, and that sits at right about 92,500. So this is the largest level of liquidity. So what this typically means is that when Bitcoin gets down to these areas, price usually reverses back up. However, I don't know how many of you guys heard this news that came out. Well, to me, it came out last night. Let me show this to you guys. Have you guys done research about how, well, I'm going to read it what he said. Japan just killed a global money printer and nobody noticed. So the Japan carry trade, Japan basically was giving out yen at 0% interest rates or half of 1%. So a bunch of people around the world, to make this very simple, use the yen to end up investing into foreign markets like the stock market, like crypto. If you're going to be able to borrow money at zero interest rate, then why not have it? And when you have that and you take it and you invest it into different things like the stock market and crypto and potentially actually even gold and silver, when that loan gets kind of called back with interest and interest rates start increasing on that, you've got to actually pull from the assets that you invested into to end up paying that back in most cases. This actually happened already. I'm missing the exact date, recalling it right now. But we saw this happen actually over a weekend this last year. And you saw on Monday morning when crypto opened up, the whole thing tanked because we saw those interest rates being increased in Japan. Well, here's some interesting news. December 18th, the Bank of Japan meets, and there's a 50% chance they will hike. If they do, to this gentleman, sell everything not nailed down. Okay, your 401k doesn't price this in. The Fed can't stop this. No central bank can. The world's biggest piggy bank just cracked open, and the money is flowing backwards. Couple thoughts here. Jake Claver has been talking about this for quite some time, this reverse carry trade is part of his domino theory, where he believes Bitcoin crashing, stock market crashing, FX going through turmoil could actually be the moment that XRP steps in to kind of save the day, and we see an evaluation on XRP skyrocket into, I'll use his words, 99.999% chance that we are at 3 digits by the end of the year. Quote Jake Claver, okay? And if this happens, that is actually a possibility. But here is where I get into the analysis today, and what we're going to talk about tomorrow in the future forecast is how are we going to use these two indicators? I'll speak about these in a second. And how are we going to manage our accounts here where we've got hard-earned money in the market? You know, we've got almost $1 million here in the market that we're working with, and I'm sure you guys have an amount that you care about. What do we do, and are you guys actually positioned if this carry trade takes place and the whole thing collapses and cryptocurrency goes down and the stock market goes down? Okay, I've told you guys, and I've been trying to teach this in our future forecast, is that I have a $300,000 bet that this market goes into a bear market. So $300,000 is in buy limits. But what we've been doing is we've been using indicators to help us time these entries for low points in the market. If this is going to happen, if Japan raises their interest rates, it's not going to be good. I know some people are actually selling all of their cryptocurrency right now to actually front run this so they're not around if and when this happens. And they're taking a hedge position and they're like, I'm getting the heck out of crypto. And if it goes through or doesn't go through, then I'll make my decision after that, which is December 18th from the post. Okay. What do I think is the most important way to move forward here? In my opinion, I am always looking at low prices because I know that millionaires are not made by timing the top of crypto. They are always made by timing the bottom. Okay. People who time the bottom or get close to the bottom I've said this before, guys. You can miss the top 30% margin of the peak of whatever Bitcoin's going to peak at, and you can still make substantial amount of money. It's the people who try to get in the middle and at the end, they just always lose their shorts, it seems. So, literally, people who are the wealthiest are those that time the bottom. And it's like, duh, that makes sense. But my question to you is, have you taken a hedge if this plays out? Because if it's like, duh, I know I should buy at the bottom, but you don't have any cash in buy limits or haven't taken any hedge positions, again, my just friendly question to you is, are you ready for that? What we're going to be using are two indicators. I want to introduce this to you guys today. Our Black Friday sale is on. I'll talk about that later. It just started today, so you guys can look at that in the description. The market cycle highs and lows. This indicator is the first of its kind to replace your price action charts. So you guys will be taking off bodies, borders, and wicks. You guys see it over here? It's actually going to replace all this and give you data that you don't have with regular candles. It did call the exact bottom in both bear markets, as well as the peaks here when you get extremely red into max euphoria. Okay. What I've been doing is I've been setting this alert up on different altcoins to be able to time their lows. I'll give you guys an example. One of these is SHIB, because I know SHIB is back at its base price down here, and I'm waiting for SHIB to go into concerned. Okay, I have about $80,000 in buy limit set up on SHIB, and I'm getting ready to execute some of these when I see the concerned reading take over. I know this because when I go into the past and I look at what's happened with the price action of SHIB on these candle closes, I get price appreciation. I'm not going to go exactly at the bottom because that's not where the candle closed. It closed right here to keep this transparent with you guys. So when I see this in the market and I can look back and say that here's 47%, 50%, and 24%, let's call this an average of, let's say, 45%. Okay, I know that if I can get into the market when this happens, I can start scalping the market. If there's uncertainty coming, what is a good way to trade? It's scalping. It's not long-term. If the long-term horizon is unpredictable, then what do? You look for altcoins that are in their concerned or fearful section and just go for 15 to 20%. That's all you got to be looking for right now. And in fact, I actually just called out 5 positions I took last night in our future forecast where I took 5 meme coins that are in the concerned and fear territory. Because I know from the past data, if I hit fear, there's an extremely high likelihood we're going to get some type of bounce. I'm not expecting 100 to 200%, but I am looking for that 15 to 20 to 25%, which has happened over and over. And when the indicator called ICP over 200%, Filecoin over 100%, as well as Cody over 80% in 24 hours, we know that we've got data we can trust here and work with, okay? So that's the first thing. The second indicator is called Pro Trade Manager. I'm trying to stay very humble about this, but I need to just be confident when I say this. Doing this for 10 years, guys, you're never going to find an indicator that is more accurate than this. Every single bottom that is significant and you want to be getting into here has a green dot, has a green dot at the low, has a green dot at the low, as well as the highs. Okay, every single peak here that is significant has a red dot, has a red dot, has a red dot. We use 9 indicators to build this. And we have I would like to call this proprietary, but we actually gave the code away. It's a personal license, guys, where we actually were able to find a way to continuously give alerts for people to exit on an uptrend when your indicators go into divergence. Your RSI, your MACD, all those other indicators, they will fail you, I promise you, because oscillators have to go back to their mean value, their middle point of control in order to oscillate. But when price is going up and it's running, you don't get any signals past that. Like when our members saw this, it's like people rushed in to get it because almost every single peak in crypto is able to be called with this now because we built an AI formula to tell when divergence is in the market and pick out the peak prices. It's not been done before, guys. It literally is built with AI. So little education. Let's bring this to the forefront. What am I doing right now? I am using these indicators to set up alerts to time the bottoms, to get some money out because there's uncertainty. Let's just say it's $100 for you, okay? And taking that $100, splitting up into probably 10 different coins, so $10 each, and you're placing entries into the market in the form of DCA, dollar cost average entries, either when you get a green dot or when you come down, and this is what I would set up, into concerned or fear. And all you guys are doing, I'll show this really quickly here, on SHIB, you're going to come here and you're going to go to price, you're going to go to market cycle highs and lows, and you're going to go to concerned. And you're just going to do once per bar close and click create. Double confirmation on this will be to come over here, do the Pro Trade Manager, my apologies, long entry, once per bar close, and click create. You've now got a system, an AI system working for you that will tell you when you are in concerned as well as when you have a green dot. Okay? When you had a green dot and you were in concern, price went up 15%. Green dot in concerned, price went up 46%. A green dot and concerned, price went up 51%. Green dot with concerned, price went up 24%. I'm going to continuously be teaching you guys on these YouTube videos how to use this data. This hasn't been released before. People have never replaced their price action chart with this quantity of data. It's not been released before. So watch these videos and I'll keep teaching you guys. But it really is that simple. Watch for concerned, watch for fear, watch for a green dot. This is going to work off a point of control and deviations away from that point of control, which is, I think, one of the best ways to call lows in the market. And this is going to use 9 different indicators, deviations and indicators being overbought or oversold. There's nothing better to time lows in the market. If you can time these lows, with Trump tweeting the other, or I guess we call it a post now because it's not Twitter, that he's expecting to potentially pump in $20 trillion into America and the economy. If we get that, I hope everybody is paying attention on buying these prices low before he turns that money printer on. Okay? Regardless if we get Japan raising their interest rates or not, if Trump's going to be thrown in $20 trillion, he's going to burn that money printer up, and you are going to see risk on assets explode. Okay, so get these, set them up, and I'll go through a quick walkthrough of how to do this. This is linked in the description. It says Black Friday indicator sale. This is the biggest Black Friday sale, gotta get my words together here, that we've ever ran. 3 new AI indicators. Pro Trade Manager. We have the market cycle highs and lows and volume bubbles. This has never been coded before. You guys can take a look at the tutorial videos on each of these pages. Now, for those of you guys who are members, we charge $65 a month. If you're a brand new member, we give you 25% off for the first month. So for $49, you guys can watch me trade my own account where I'm actually using these indicators as I trade on the $1 million account. And then you guys are going to get $200 off all of the AI indicators. It's $600 off. It's never been this high before. This is Black Friday. We want you guys to take advantage of this, okay? If you guys have purchased our Pro Pack, or our top and bottom finder in the past, which is responsible for 314 wins and 0 losses, email us at btradeconfident@gmail.com and we will give you guys 60% off all the AI indicators. You've already spent, $400, $500, $600 with us. We want to honor you in that. And if you guys are not a member and you're like, I never plan on becoming a member, but I want this, I want to time those lows, I want those alerts set up, use the coupon code TC100 on each of these. Once you guys click on this and you guys go to Gumroad, use TC100 and you guys will get $100 off. Just because Black Friday is fun to give deals to people, all right? I'm certain that you guys will not find indicators that are better at calling lows in the market. For doing this for 10 years, having the highest win rate, humbly, ever recorded in crypto history, with 314 wins and 0 losses with an open ledger to the public, okay, as well as working and even having the COO and CMO of TradingView reach out and try to buy indicators from us in the past. I know indicators well. And I think when you can just watch these videos and you guys go look through, is there a peak that is not called by a red dot where you could have gotten an alert? You're probably going to say no. And the accuracy of this has never been seen before. And really, Claude Sonnet AI did a lot of the heavy lifting on this. And the advantage you're going to get is going to blow your mind when you guys see the accuracy of this and you start flipping through your alts. So I'll leave that there, guys. Black Friday sale is on. I'm getting ready to time the lows of these markets with these indicators to get money back in when I hit fear and I get concern. Okay, I took 5 entries last night if you guys want to go look at that. Okay, tomorrow morning I'm going to be coming out with a new future forecast to let you guys know what I see, and that's going to be posted on the front page. If you want to know those 5 picks, click this. I won't go all the way down, but you go down to part 2, which is on this page, and you guys will see the 5 coins that I chose to get into last night. All right, guys, I think you're really going to like this. Snag those indicators, use the coupon codes, enjoy Black Friday, and enjoy the signals that you get, because I think they will change your guys' trading history genuinely for the rest of your lives. All right, guys, God bless. And if you have any questions, just email in. Bye, guys.